Honey, are we really?
Just read what they wrote.
We're the best sports station for Miami.
What kind of programming genius does it take to flip a switch and put it on an ESPN satellite? We're your home for all local sports. AM 1260 WLE. Honey, would you please bring my laxative in here?
Sure, honey.
Ain't it awful?
South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com.
Every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., listen to Red Card Radio with Austin Robillard, brought to you by Stout Bar in Oakland Park. With over 40 TVs, Stout is the home for soccer around the world. Stout Bar features Clonakilty Whiskies, the world's best Irish whiskey.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our home more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
OnSideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your On-Side Radio E-Report with Kai Chen Chisholm.
One of the most toxic games that you can play as a console player, or even really now on PC as it's becoming more mainstream, has been the Call of Duty franchise. Activision and the slew of other developers that they have there to develop games for their franchise and being that main Call of Duty, the brand that brings people here and there, have officially banned 350,000 accounts for acts of racism and other things that go against their codes of conduct. This is a huge step for Call of Duty, as it is one of the most toxic games that you can play. Environments like an MW2 lobby, or just really anything you can see on Twitter or in games in which you have voice chat and even text chat enabled there on PC, do get pretty dicey. So the fact that Activision are finally stepping up and taking some action here is great to see.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the On-Side Radio E-Report.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of On-Side Radio ownership, management, sponsors, websites, or Inter Miami Marketing, LLC.
Wake up and good morning. Welcome to Toasted Sports.
What are you doing?
Shh, I am trying to sleep. Time to wake up.
No.
Wait, what day is today?
It's hump day.
What is that today? It's Wednesday. I'm giving up listening.
We're halfway there.
Halfway there. Halfway.
Where? Where?
Is it a weekend?
Okay.
Guess I can hold out a little longer.
Until then,
Showtime.
Here's Toast.
Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday, or as I like to say, Wednesday. Toasted Sports, coming to you live on OnSideRadio.com, also streaming on YouTube and on Twitch. Search Onside Radio or IB Toast. Follow, set notifications, and you will see myself and my wingman here, Sean Stanley. Good morning, Sean. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Toast. I'm doing fantastic.
As I am too. It's not 81 degrees in my house, so that's good. That's good. Well, there's good and bad for that, Sean. The good is that it's working. It's unfrozen. It is working. However, listen, we are 11 years into an AC unit, and so we're at that time where we were told that there's a few things that need to be fixed on it that would total a few $1,000s. And so at that point, with a system that's like 11 years old, you're almost better off just getting a new system. You know what I'm saying? Because, once you start repairing these systems, it's just like every 6 months something happens. And listen, man, you can't go. You can't go days without AC in South Florida. At least I can't. I'm not, like, it was tough getting through 24 hours with the house at like 81, 82 degrees. That was a process. So they're sending over a sales guy after the show today, Sean. So luckily, these are things that can be financed. Because Lord knows I don't have 10K to hand over for a new AC unit right now. But yeah, so I mean, listen, I guess there's a bright side. I guess the bright side, Sean, is that once this is done, I shouldn't have any more issues for, you'd like to think, at least a handful of years, hopefully. But yeah, so that is
piling up over there, huh?
I'm telling you, bro, it never stops. It just never
HOA,
ever stops. I know. Listen, this is listen, I'll tell you what, and I'll make fun of take shots at folks that flush money down the toilet every single month because they rent and they don't own. But bro, I'm telling you, man, being a homeowner sucks. It's always something. Like it's always the minute you think you have taken care of everything and nothing else is on the horizon, everything has been recently replaced, this, that, whatever, something happens. A curveball is thrown at your ass. And it never fails. It never fails, Sean. Being a homeowner sucks. But renting sucks also because, just flushing over $2,000 a month down the toilet, and that's like a cheap place to live in South Florida. It's you know what? Can we just get tents and just, stake out a little 10 by 10 piece of land and it's rent free and we don't have to worry about crap anymore? That'd be nice.
Isn't that what you did this weekend pretty much though?
Yeah. It's just, oh man. So, oh well. Have you ever, and I don't know where we kind of fall on this. Is it possible, Sean, to adopt a baby possum and raise it as your own?
Oh, of course. In this day, yeah.
We almost had that happen at the house yesterday.
Really?
I put up some chicken wire on the back patio because we have a weird, like a shadow box kind of a fence that has these gaps in it, and as a result, Frank the cat was able to sneak out, and we can't be having Frank the cat sneaking out, right? So I put up some chicken wire around the bottom of the fence to prevent Frank from sneaking out. Well, apparently yesterday morning, the chicken wire may have inadvertently trapped a baby possum on our patio, and my wife saw it. Thankfully, the cat and the dog did not, but she saw it, and for a second, she considered grabbing one of her little turtle towels, picking that bad boy up, and raising it as our own. I think that would have been a bad idea.
Why a bad idea? I mean, you have cats, dogs.
Okay. So there's the first thing. I don't think I need Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom happening in my living room. A dog, a cat, and a possum. What could possibly go wrong there? Like, I'm pretty sure there's a predator-prey relationship, at least between two of those animals. And listen, I'm sure that if this was a baby possum, dude, I don't know why the hell this thing was away from its mama while the light was out, but I'm sure that if you were to take that possum and cuddle it and give it love and care for it, you would be able to break it of some of those wild tendencies and maybe make it closer to a household type pet. But I gotta think, first of all, those things get bigger. And they're not cute. They have those big ass eyes and they get those big ass fang teeth. Like you accidentally, listen, all right, you have a dog or a cat. I have a dog or a cat. Every once in a while, they get in your way and you accidentally step on the tail or whatever, and they let out a little yelp. Well, you do that to a possum, dude, that thing might just jump and latch onto your face. You know what I'm saying? And also, they have to hang, right? They hang upside down from things. So you have a baby possum, like all of a sudden you wake up in the middle of the night to go get something out of the fridge, and like the possum is like hanging upside down from the chandelier, scare the crap out of your ass.
But again, think about you're raising this from baby.
I know, but it's still a possum. It's still going to have those innate possum tendencies, will it not?
I think you will break them of them by nurturing.
All of them? Listen, my dog still licks its balls. Wasn't able to break him of that.
It's true.
There's certain things that, I came out against this. My wife really wanted to adopt this little sucker. And I was like, we cannot. And then here's one for you. What do you do via a vet? Like, what are the yearly vet bills on having a domesticated possum? Like, is there set shots? How much? I know dog shots aren't inexpensive. How much are possum shots?
I gotta think.
Can my vet even treat a possum? Have they been trained in the possum anatomy? I can't take on a pet if there's no way for me to take care of it if it gets sick. You know what I'm saying? I think I brought up some pretty good points here, Sean. I think I brought up a pretty strong angle for not adopting a baby possum.
I know people that have skunks as a domesticated pet.
Shut your hole. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't know anybody that has a skunk as a pet.
Yes, I do.
Who? I want them on the show tomorrow. I want them on the show tomorrow. I want to talk to someone because yeah.
As a pet.
So does it still have the stink or did they get rid of the stink?
No, they do. They take out whatever that is, but they can still develop it again.
Well, all right, because now that is
for good.
But see, that's one of those things. Like if you get a cat, so like back in the day when I had a cat as a child, so back like in the 80s, we had household cats that had their claws removed. And I know now that's like, oh my God, you can't do that. Because now that's viewed as cruel and unusual punishment, which is fine. So now I have a cat that has all of his claws, and I got no freaking furniture left because he just tears all the freaking furniture apart. But whatever, that's fine as long as he's happy. But yeah, bro, that sounds like a similar thing. If you're removing the stink from a skunk, isn't that kind of like removing a cat's claws? I don't think you should be doing that. Like either if you want to have a pet skunk as a pet, you got to take the whole skunk. You can't. I mean, that's part of the danger is that he may let a stink bomb go in your house. I want to talk to this person, Sean.
See what I can do for you.
You booked this. You said you have multiple people. You said friends. You said plural. You said plural.
Yeah. Yep.
So get one of them on tomorrow. We're talking pet skunks.
He also has, the lizards, snakes, and everything else. He's a reptile guy.
Gotcha. I have to admit that those in the chat have just called me out for blatantly lying. Stella has no balls. She is a female, but she licks her vagina. I didn't want to say the vagina word, but you called me out. So yes, correct. She does not lick her balls. She licks her coochie. She does. Non-friggin' stop. Licks that coochie all the friggin' time. Can you say coochie?
And we'll talk at 8:13 in the morning.
Just say whatever, man. It's a Wednesday. I'm feeling good. I got AC going in my house right now. All good for me. Yeah. We got a busy show today. Austin Robillard going to be joining us at 8:35. Find out his take on my take on the Inter-Miami sanctions. Toasted News coming up at 8:50. We will do the confessional at 9:40. And plenty of other fun stuff to talk about because all my Canes brothers and sisters out there, it's a big day yesterday. The first day cookout happened down in Coral Gables. All the big name recruits pretty much were in town and soaking up hot dogs and whatnot. And we have some news on all of them. FAU dropped their schedule. You won't believe who Travis Kelce has ranked as a top 5 tight end in the NFL. And man, if you missed NBA action last night, between Dame Lillard just dropping buckets like crazy and LeBron James getting all testy and walking off the court with 5 minutes to go, it was a sensational evening of basketball. It really was. It was a lot of fun. Social media was tearing it all up. And there's a pretty decent chance right now that the Lakers, much like the Heat, will be out in the first round of the playoffs. The two teams that battled in the finals in the bubble and had the shortest layoff of everyone else, the Lakers are now down 3-2, and they don't have Anthony Davis. And I got to think that right now the betting favorite is that Phoenix is going to get one of these final 2 games and knock the defending champs out in the first round. Just how the NBA planned it, huh, Sean?
Setting up all these bubble frauds.
Just how the NBA oh my God. So you have now the Heat, the Celtics. You could have the Lakers going out in the first round, all in the conference finals last year. Like just the entire bubble was a fraud. Entire thing. That means the Lakers were a fraudulent champion. The entire 2020 season was fraudulent. I guess that's what we're learning, right?
Asterisks
across the board for everybody.
They should get a big asterisk and just put it on top of the Lakers ring.
They should actually change the ball on top of the Larry O'Brien trophy to just an asterisk. A gold asterisk right on top there. That'd be perfect. All right, we'll take a break. We'll get into what went down in Coral Gables yesterday because, man, it was very nice to see and read about, and it causes the optimism to start flowing again. Listen, man, this is off-season Manny, so you know good things are happening. All that coming up next. This is Toasted Sports streaming live on OnSideRadio.com.
You can join Toasted Sports by text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
WLESPN, broadcasting from a largely empty building.
And we do sports. It's just not local.
Shush, honey.
Why is the building empty?
Because whether it be budget cuts or stupid management, we fired almost everybody.
Ooh, but we still have our jobs nice and local.
At least the building is.
We've got your sports.
Now Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodyAsDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moody Ass family. Dr. Moody Ass is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodyAsDental.com.
Hey, what's up? It's Toast, and I've been telling you guys all about my buddies over at B&T Windows and Doors. And some of you said, hey, listen, Toast, I'd love to get PGT custom windows and doors installed, but funds are a little tight right now. No problem, bro. Y Green. You can finance it with B&T Windows and Doors through Y Green, so you can still get your PGT custom windows and doors installed. And yeah, you're not going to have to put anything down. It's awesome. That's the way I got mine installed. Call B&T Windows and Doors today. They'll tell you all about Y Green and how to finance your windows. 954-233-0126. That's 954-233-0126.
There is no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
This Inter Miami CF Minute is brought to you by Stout Bar and Grill in Oakland Park. With over 40 TVs, Stout is the home for soccer around the world and a great place to watch Inter Miami CF. Stout features Clonakilty Whiskies, the world's best Irish whiskey.
A name that was left out of the loss to DC United at Drive Pink Stadium on Saturday night was Rodolfo Pizzaro for the second time in a row. He missed the Chicago game and did not make the trip due to a so-called injury. And again, due to a so-called injury, Rodolfo Pizzaro was not in the starting 11 or even in the squad. We have to hope that our third DP is okay. After not being called up to El Tri, the Mexican national team, and now with a couple of injuries, hopefully he can come back a lot stronger than he did after his poor performances this season and really make an impact for a team that needs him.
Keep up with the latest on La Rosa Negra by subscribing on most platforms. Search Onside Radio. Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast.
Toasted Sports coming to you live from the Toasted Office in Plantation. Got Austin Robillard coming up next segment. Talk some Inter Miami with him. But it was a big, big day yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening down in Coral Gables. Manny Diaz and the coaching staff had their first day out cookout, and you had just a ton of top recruits for the 2021 cycle. Also some 2022 kids that showed up, and judging by everything that they have said, it was a rousing success. So listen, we know that right now, Manny Diaz and this coaching staff have implemented a new philosophy in terms of recruiting. And that is that they are very, let's put it this way. They're not just handing out offers to everybody. Why? Because in the past, we would hand out offers to a lot of South Florida kids, and those kids would they would go ahead and accept it initially, and then they would blatantly use it as leverage to get other offers, and by the time signing day showed up, they would drop off. So Manny made the decision a couple of years ago, and it took a couple of cycles for this thing to come into play, that basically once we offer you, if you go ahead and start flirting with someone else, we're rescinding the offer and we're just not going to play with you. That committing to the University of Miami, even though it is not a binding commitment, but giving us an oral commitment is a serious thing and should be treated as such. And we were curious how that would play down here in South Florida, because that is different from the way it's been going at Miami over the last number of years. So we'll really find out this year, because this is the first full cycle, I believe, where this new philosophy is fully in place. And as a result, right now, you've got a 2022 football class list for the University of Miami that has not one, but two commits. That's it. Two good commits, Ja'Cory Brown, the quarterback, and Quan Lee, the wide receiver. But nonetheless, normally in years past right now, Miami would have 10 to 15 guys committed, and we would know just by being Cane fans that chances are like 8 to 10 of those guys are probably going to drop off before they actually fax in, or I should say get in those LOIs. So this is a big recruiting cycle for Manny Diaz. And listen, as Cane fans, we also know that this is offseason Manny. So this is right in his wheelhouse. This is where Manny and this coaching staff have been best during their tenure thus far. It has been outside of the regular season and in the offseason. And that's another issue that will have to finally come around and change once the fall shows up. But let's focus on the positives. And all the big boys were there. So my two dreams for this 2022 class, and listen, there's plenty of guys that I want, and obviously we need to have a good class, but there's two names that I have been fixated on for the better part of like 6 months now, and that is two cornerbacks. Listen, we need two cornerbacks this class. We needed two cornerbacks last class. We needed two cornerbacks the class before that. Didn't get them. We need to get two cornerbacks in. Now, the bad thing is I think a lot of us assumed maybe a year or two ago, well, we're going to get one easy because we got a legacy coming out of Heritage, and that is Earl Little Jr. That I got zero confidence in that happening. I have heard from people that I trust that for some reason, what Manny is selling to that family, they're not buying. They're just not buying Manny Diaz. And I don't know if the Canes can overcome that during this cycle. So I have been just assuming that he's not, and that's fine. You can't get everybody. That's fine. At some point, want to be able to get someone from American Heritage. That's why we go to the guy that is playing opposite him, Jacoby Spells. So I want to see Spells and Kamari Rogers, the cornerback from Mississippi. Those are the two guys that I have been fixated on to get and land in this class. According to everything that happened last night, it's a great night for both those guys. The one overall theme that you're hearing from players that were there yesterday was the family vibe. Numerous players mentioned the word family when talking about how it felt to be around everybody and chilling and hanging. It was a very low-key hangout session, and everybody was just raving about the fact that, bro, you really got the family atmosphere really came across to these recruits, and that is huge because that's a big part of what you're selling. You are a big part of what you're selling. What Manny and the crew is selling is is the family atmosphere. Also, listen, I have been pretty sure, I have had very little confidence that Shamar Stewart, the defensive end from Monsignor Pace, 5-star, just absolute freakazoid stud. I just figured he had SEC written all over him. And maybe he does. But what we are learning last night is that he was very impressed. It seems like Miami impressed him more than he was prepared for. Like, we may have actually moved up a bit there in his mind and got ourselves. I didn't think we were in play with him. I think after yesterday, from what I'm reading, we might actually be in play for him, which would be phenomenal. Listen, you want to see the local kids stay here, and you're not going to get them all. There are going to be some local kids that, regardless of how much they might like Miami, of how much they might like this coaching staff, they don't want to play down here. They want to get away from family. I know that well, man. When I needed to get away from family, I got on 95 and drove until it ended. That's how I wound up here. So I get it. Some players just want to get the hell out of town. But you know, there are a lot of these players, a lot of these guys would love the opportunity to stay home, play in front of their friends, their family, all that stuff. So it was good to see. It was good to see what happened yesterday. It's making me optimistic. And that's good, because right now we only got 2 guys in this class. We need to step that up. But and this is where he's best, man. He is best in the offseason. So hopefully, I mean, you go ahead and you look at the names that were there. I mean, it was just a who's who of 5 and 4 stars, some 3 stars that are going to be 4 stars before the cycle is over. And let's hope it worked, man. Let's hope it all worked. I mean, they had all the positions out there. I mean, you had offensive linemen, you had safeties, you had cornerbacks, you had linebackers, defensive. Everybody was out there. Everybody. We'll see how they close it, man. Listen, it'd be interesting to see what this season does for that. Obviously, you are trending in the right direction the way the roster has been made. You've got the deepest roster in the better part of a decade this year. I got to think that here's the thing. And a couple of these guys mentioned that they're going to be at the Alabama game. Alabama is what it is. I'm not expecting us to beat Alabama. I would like us to be competitive, but when it's all said and done, if we lose to Alabama by 30 or whatever, fine, whatever, it is what it is. UNC is the game for me. UNC is the game for me. That, for me, is the biggest game of the season. And that is the game where Manny has to step up. That has to be his first signature win for me. Because I don't think he's going to beat Alabama. He doesn't have a signature win right now. NC State's not a signature win. And what you did to FSU last year, you want to call it a signature win, whatever. That wasn't a signature win. I was at that game. FSU is trash right now. All right? Sorry, you don't get credit for that being your signature win. You got to beat UNC this year. You have to. They're our biggest rival right now. Biggest rival in the division. They're our biggest rival recruiting wise right now. You got to beat UNC. That's my test. That's my bar for this year. I need to see, and you're going on the road. Hal is going to be, right now, he's picked to be the number 1 quarterback coming out next year. Number 1 overall in the last CBS mock draft I saw. That's the game for me. UNC. That is when Manny can get me off the anti-Manny side and come over on his side. Year 3, get me that signature win and get it against our rival. And hopefully you get that win. That means you win the division. And then you play Clemson or whoever it is in the ACC title game. That's what I'm looking for. I've been very consistent. I don't care how many wins we have this year. I don't care if it's 8. I don't care if it's 9. I don't care if it's 10. I don't care if it's 11. I want the Coastal Division. I want to play in the ACC title game. That's my bar for success this year. If we can win the division and go 8-4, fine. If we need to go 10-2, fine. I don't care. I want the division. It's been too long. I want the division. And so that's my bar. You guys can, I need this many wins. I don't care about, dude, I don't care. I don't care. I want the biggest wins. I want to beat UNC. I want to win the division. That's where we stand. Going to take a break. Austin Robillard coming up next. I got a whole bunch of questions to ask him about Inter Miami, the sanctions that were leveled by MLS, how that's going to impact us, our disagreement as to whether or not this worked out best for the squad. All that coming up next. This is Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodyAsDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moody-Ass family. Dr. Moody-Ass is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodyAsDental.com.
WLESPN. We've got all your sports.
We're live and local.
If you wake up early enough.
You're so bad, honey.
Tune us in. As long as you're not under a bridge.
Or under any power line.
Ain't it awful? South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com. Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Bird Road location at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in the back corner of the West Bird Shopping Center. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
The Miami Marlins, they lost 5-1 last night to the Buffalo Toronto Blue Jays. Team's back at it tonight, 7:07. Pablo Lopez on the mound for the Fish. The Brooklyn Nets, they finished off the Boston Celtics 4-1 with a 123-109 victory last night. Denver took a 3-2 series lead after a 147-140 double overtime win over the Portland Trailblazers. Damian Lillard went for 55 in the loss. The Phoenix Suns are now one game away from sending those fraud defending champions Lakers home in the first round after 115-85 blowout in Game 5. Tonight, 3 opportunities to close out series as the 76ers look to eliminate the Wizards. The Hawks look to put the Knicks away, and the Jazz look to dance in the second round of their series with the Grizzlies. Also tonight, tipping off at 10 o'clock, the Clippers and Maverick. That series is tied at 2. You're listening to the only locally owned South Florida sports talk station. This is OnSideRadio.com.
Welcome back to Toasted Sports. To reach out to Toast, dial 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Back to Toasted Sports.
Welcome back. It is a Wednesday morning. Toast Sports streaming live on OnSideRadio.com. Check us out on YouTube and on Twitch. Going to bring in a dear friend of the show. He hosts Red Card Radio, which now broadcasts live from Stout Bar, Oakland Park in Fort Lauderdale. A great place for you to congregate and watch yourself some soccer. It is Austin Robillard. Good morning, Austin. How you doing?
Good morning, Toast. I'm doing good, man. How are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good. So I wanted to bring you on because obviously the big news, we don't need to talk about what's going on the pitch right now, but off the pitch, we were eagerly anticipating when MLS and Don Garber were going to hand down sanctions. And I think we were all kind of having fun, kind of mocking MLS. Why it's taking so long. They're making this into more than it really should be. And then it comes down and you find out that, yeah, we like blatantly tried to cheat blatantly. But yeah. I had a bit of a disagreement between, and listen, you and Dono, I bowed to your knowledge on soccer, but I heard both of your takes as I was driving around on Saturday before the game and during the game, and you both seemed pleased at one aspect was that there wasn't a points reduction. And from my standpoint, man, I would have killed for a points deduction because right now I see, penalties that are going to carry us until the 2024 season. We're not going to have full financial might until the 2024 season. And as a Kane fan, that's like the cloud just hanging over a franchise for X amount of years. And I would have preferred a points deduction because I don't think we're a playoff team anyways this year, as opposed to allocation money over the next couple of years. Why am I wrong on that?
Well, when you put it like that, it's hard to say that you are wrong.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, cool. Good talk.
But have a good one. Yeah, no. So I get your point. And I look at the team now because it obviously has to do with what's happening and transpiring on the field with how this team is playing. Taking a points deduction, I mean, right? The way they're playing now, it doesn't look like they're in any way, shape, or form going to become a top 7 team in the East by November, or whatever day the last day of MLS is. So I kind of now agree with you. In the beginning, if these sanctions were to come, let's say, after the Philadelphia game or after the Nashville game, then we're talking about a different perspective, right? Mm-hmm. So I guess the timing of it definitely would affect my thoughts. But like I said, if it's coming at the beginning of the season and we haven't even played a game yet, okay, I don't want a points deduction. But if it's coming after we go with a win and a draw on a road game stand that's against Philly and Nashville and we're looking good, I wouldn't want to take a points deduction either. So I guess the timing of it would make it seem like, okay, the team's crap. We can take a points deduction and live with it because it doesn't look like we're going to make the playoffs anyway. But you're right in the sense, too, that this money situation, the allocation money reduction is going to hurt all the way through 2023, definitely in 2024, because you're not able to build your roster. And it could even last longer than that. You're going to feel the effects for a long time. But for me, this was MLS putting the hammer down and showing that they're not going to mess around. You need to play by the rules, and if you don't, you're going to get affected.
Yeah, listen, man. I said it yesterday. I apologize to MLS because obviously, listen, this is all on us. There's no spinning this where the man is out to get us or anything. We brought all of this on ourselves. But outside of the sanctions, let's talk about also the fact of how hamstrung this roster is for Chris Henderson right now. Because, Paul McDonough went ahead and did all this damage and then left town, got fired, and now he's been suspended for a year and whatever. But he locked us in. Like, Chris Henderson hasn't been able to sign a designated player yet. These are all Paul McDonough's guys, and one of them can't even get on the field. So when you factor in the trouble he got us in terms of the sanctions, coupled with what looks to be poor designated player signings so far, Austin is... Tell me where the bright side is.
Oh, God. Paul McDonough put us in a really big mess. And, I have to think with some of the offseason acquisitions that Chris Henderson made, to start the 2021 season. You have to think that he knew there was something coming, because I think that there were very specific numbers talked about, and I think too, in the sanctions, and I think too, he tried to maximize the most of the time he had before the sanctions came out, signing as many players as he possibly could before this happened. And I don't know exactly what the bright spot is. I think the best thing that Inter Miami have done under Chris Henderson is sign Gregory to a 4 to 5 year deal. He's the one that I'm very happy with. That's it. Literally that's it. I can't say anything about anyone else. Shawcross has looked weak. He's given up goals by himself. The defense has been troubling. I mean, they can't play as a cohesive defensive unit, no matter if it's a 4 at the back or a 5 at the back. Neville has so much work to do. And I guess the 12 weeks of preseason wasn't enough, or was it 12 weeks or 8 weeks? Whatever the number was, just wasn't enough. So, man, I don't know, but it made this sanction thing and looking back at what Paul McDonough did, it just made matters worse. And I have no idea how they recover from this, other than, like I said, you have to become a playoff team this season. And if not, you just look like a Cincinnati or the beginning of a Minnesota United as an expansion team, which, by the way, for anyone listening, it's very normal. Like, you are not supposed to be an amazing team right off the bat, even though, the owners have these expectations and they implemented the expectations on us, said they were going to win from the jump and they want to be proven winners and this and that. Expansion teams are not supposed to be good. Atlanta United, that is never supposed to happen. Orlando City wasn't good. FC Cincinnati wasn't good. Minnesota took 4 or 5 years to get to the Western Conference Final. Like, they are not supposed to be good. Atlanta was a fluke, right? And it's going to take even more time now, obviously, with these sanctions, because it's going to hurt the roster building in the coming years. But it's going to suck. Gregory is the only bright spot. Okay,
all right. So we have a couple weeks off before we take on DC United again. What can Phil do on the practice pitch? I guess one of the biggest things, Austin, is the inconsistency, or maybe it's actually the consistent of them coming out flat for games. What can Phil do over these next 2 weeks to try and flip that around?
For me, I think it's a mentality thing. Like, it has to be, right? At some points, the team can play really good. We saw a couple of good performances against, like I said, like the Philadelphia game when they came in the second half. That was an amazing performance. The first half against LA Galaxy was really good. For most part, 60 minutes of the FC Cincinnati game was really good. They strung together really good passes. But for some reason, in every other freaking game, they come out on the front foot and just look defeated, like, from the first whistle. And I don't really understand it. And I would accredit it to definitely mentality, but also last week, or I guess a couple days ago, against DC United on Saturday, the change of the formation that Neville brought out seemed like a good idea, except for the fact that it looked like they practiced it 20 minutes before game time. That's what
you're talking about. 3 in the back.
It looked like. What's up? The 3 at the back.
Was that 3 in the back? Yeah. Okay.
It was the 3 at the back. Lewis Morgan was meant to be a wing back.
It was like a 3-4-2-1 or something, wasn't it?
It was a 3. It looked like a 3-4-2, or was it a 3? Man, I don't know.
It was. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was a 3-4-3. If I'm or 3. I don't know. It looks like, I think Carranza and maybe it was a 3-5-2, because I think Carranza and Higuain are playing next to each other, and then you had Ulloa, Gregory, and the Tweedy in the midfield. And then obviously the wing backs were Morgan and Jones. So I think it was a 3-5-2. But it looked, Jovan Jones and Lewis Morgan have no 5 at the back wing back experience. Lewis Morgan is not a defender. Jovan Jones is better offensively. Christian McCoon had not played in a formation like that before. Figal and Shawcross, that was their first time getting minutes together on the field. McCoon as well. I mean, everything that went wrong could have gone wrong. And DC United found out how to break it down within 3 minutes of the game. Absolutely destroyed them out on the wings, cutting inside, getting the ball into the center of their box after getting it down to the byline. I mean, they did it constantly for the first 25 minutes, and that's when they scored twice. And instantly there was a formation change back to a back four, and I had to witness Victor Ulloa as a right back again. So that hurt. It hurt a lot. And I think there's a lot of things that have to be changed. I don't even think 4-2-3-1 is the way to go moving forward. I think he needs to find a very constant formation that is not either of those, because they did not work. There's a lot of work to do, but I think it definitely starts with the mentality, because you don't just start games like that, and it doesn't have to do with the players and their quality. I think it's a mentality thing, and I'm not sure what it is within the team at the moment, but things have to change.
All right, we'll get you out of here on this. Obviously, not going to be a whole lot of additions going on over the next couple of years because of the restrictions that have been put on. But one that will be coming in, and I'm a firm believer that competition breeds greatness. We have a young Dutch goalkeeper that'll be coming in here beginning July 1st when that contract takes hold. Can you talk a little bit about him? Is that going to be an instant challenge to McCarthy? And do you think the McCarthy can hold him off, or are we going to see a switch in goal here in about a month and a half?
I think that you probably will see a switch in goal at least for a couple times this season, but Marshman is a top quality talent. And I know right when the signing happened, I saw there's this Twitter account that I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but they go into deep analytics for anything soccer, and they showed the differences between McCarthy and Marshman. And Marshman is just a top level keeper compared to John McCarthy, and nothing on John McCarthy. He's just an MLS guy. It's different when you're bringing in somebody from Europe, right?
Yep.
So I think that you're going to see competition for sure on day one. I think John McCarthy and Phil Neville and the entire team knows that. Marshman's going to come in and challenge to be the number one, and I think that eventually he'll win it. But at the same time, we've seen over the course of many years in football that when you bring in competition, it doesn't always mean you lose your starter, because then they're primed and ready to get a lot better. It happened actually with Manchester United when you brought in Alex Telles, and Luke Shaw just had the best season I've ever seen the left back have for Manchester United in the last 5 years. So things like that can happen, but I would expect Marshman to be the guy as soon as he gets here. And same with Kieran Gibbs when he comes in, if he's ready. Both of those guys can be the starters.
Great stuff, Austin. So are you going to be at Stout every single week for Red Card Radio?
Once a month. A month. So we had it last week. It was an amazing time. Stout is a fantastic place. I stayed all the way for the Champions League final.
Nice.
And not a great atmosphere, honestly. And then we're going to be doing it at the end of June. Hopefully there's going to be some Euro quarterfinals or semifinals going on, and then we'll do it again at the end of July.
All right, and hopefully Phil Neville and the boys can use these 2 weeks, get their heads straight, and come out and get a little revenge against DC United, and hopefully maybe turn this thing around and prove me wrong and become a playoff team. Austin, thank you so much for giving us time every week. Really appreciate it, man. Have a great one.
Anytime, so have a good one.
You too, Austin Robillard, everybody. Red Card Radio. Make sure you get out to Stout Barn Grill, Oakland Park, at the end of June for the next live broadcast out there. Great place to sit down, grab some pints, and watch soccer all day long. We got Toasted News coming up next. This is OnsideRadio.com.
You're listening to Toasted Sports. Take OnsideRadio.com, your home for sports talk everywhere with the Radio.net app. Find the app at OnsideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk.
When you're tired of watching the sun damage your furniture or raise your electric bill, it's time to do what we did here at OnsideRadio.com studio. Call A Shade Above Window Fashions in Davie and Sunrise. A Shade Above Window Fashions has a great selection of blackout shades to choose from. We can almost create a complete blackout for your bedroom or media room. Call them at 954-434-4774. That's 954-434-4774. Love the space you live in. A Shade Above Window Fashion.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
If you're looking for a change from the everyday restaurant, then you need to get to Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach. Brats, Wiener Schnitzel, homemade potato pancakes, pretzels with mustard, and lots of German beer. And with daily specials, there is something for everyone. If you're up for a challenge, you should take their famous boot tour. Finish 30 boots of different varieties of German beer, and you'll receive half price on their beer for life. And you'll get to take home your own boot and Checkers Old Munchin t-shirt. They also have outdoor seating available in their new beer garden with live music, as well as carry-out, curbside pickup, and delivery. So, for the finest German food and beer, get over to 2209 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Checkers Old Munchin Restaurant, or call them for reservations at 954-785-7565. That's 954-785-7565. We'll see you at Zagat Rated Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach.
In July, another bare knuckle battle goes down. July 16th as BYB Extreme showcases another fight card at Hard Rock Hollywood. As we get ready for another bare knuckle battle, let's find out more about the fighters, like the Hialeah champ, Rene White Boy Rodriguez. Rene is one of the original backyard brawlers at Dada 5000's Greenhouse. The YouTube sensation stands 5'11", 185 pounds, and stands with an undefeated record of 13-0. White Boy is a YouTube sensation who represents Hialeah and is ready for the Trigon Challenge. The Trigon, the smallest and most confrontational ring in combat sports. Renee's experience stretches from MMA to the backyard. Don't miss Rene White Boy Rodriguez as he faces Matt Delanoid in the semifinal round of the 185-pound championship tournament. Don't miss BYB6 live at Hard Rock Hollywood July 16th. Watch it on stonefaces.tv. BYB is proudly sponsored by BMCHam.com. BMCHam.com, your choice for gold and silver.
Hey, what's up? It's Toast. May is here, which means hurricane season right around the corner. You need to get PGT custom windows and doors installed in your house so that you're fully protected when we get a big storm coming on through. For those windows, only one place to call. My buddies at B&T Windows and Doors. They've been doing it in South Florida for decades, and they will set you up with the best of the business. PGT Custom Windows and Doors. 954-233-0126. That's 954-233-0126 for B&T Windows and Doors.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
Let's get back to Toasted Sports. You can send a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast. Stories you won't hear anywhere else. This is Toasted News.
We begin with a Google Maps user who spotted what appears to be a feud between neighbors, with one neighbor mowing the word bitch into the lawn of another property nearby and an arrow pointing to the house where the alleged bitch lives. You can actually see this photo on my Twitter. Just search IB Toast. The Google Earth snap taken in Salt Lake City, Utah was shared on Reddit alongside the caption, quote, "I don't think the neighbors get along very well." The photo shows the residential area with numerous properties with a fairly large yard in the back, and one has the word bitch cut into the lawn alongside a huge arrow pointing at one of the houses. Very, very subtle. So far, no word on who the disgruntled lawn mowing hooligan is or what the feud is actually about. But if we find out, you will find out about it right here. Next up, you remember the woman, Sean, that was found in a storm drain in Delray Beach like a few months ago?
I do remember that story.
Yeah, well, it's happened to her again.
What?
Maybe I shouldn't be laughing. Lindsay Kennedy, 43, climbed out of a 6-foot drain pipe Saturday night and was taken to a hospital in Texas. Kennedy had been checked into a rehabilitation facility there when she wandered off. Kennedy's friend told a news outlet that when police officers spotted her, she slipped into a nearby storm drain. Her family tracked her using an app on her cell phone that noted her last location prior to going underground. As a precaution, her loved one dropped bags of food and Gatorade in nearby manholes in an effort to sustain her. She was in the hospital on a psychiatric hold. Her family reportedly said she has psychosis and post-traumatic stress from years of being in an abusive relationship. That is awful. In March, you'll remember, Kennedy was pulled out of a storm drain while naked in Delray Beach after having been missing for 3 weeks. At the time, she told authorities she became trapped while exploring a tunnel she found while swimming in a canal near her boyfriend's home. She got lost inside the tunnel system after several turns and, turned up 3 weeks later. Just bizarre. And here's a final one. This you might see this if you're driving on the roads today, because I have seen these billboards all over the place. Orlando attorney John Morgan axed roughly half of the marketing department at his massive personal injury law firm Morgan & Morgan. While many employees were told it was due to restructuring, the staffing purge followed months of external and internal grumbling over, quote, size matters, a national ad campaign that was intended to emphasize the enormous scale of the firm, but was also criticized as an inappropriate dick joke. This all according to emails, text messages, and archived chats that were obtained, as well as multiple interviews with current and former employees of Morgan & Morgan, many of whom requested to remain anonymous out of fear of retribution. The company acknowledged the layoffs, but wouldn't say exactly how many were fired. However, according to employees at least 18 of the roughly 30-person staff at the company's Brooklyn office were let go that day, including every employee who complained about the Size Matters marketing campaign. It's unclear if the layoffs included staff who did not complain about the campaign, and the firm declined to describe exactly how many were laid off. I would say this, those folks are going to probably want to hire a lawyer and, possibly sue Morgan & Morgan for wrongful termination. I don't know. We will see. Second hour still to come. This is Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com, where now there's been a beef hack. This crosses the line for me. Now the line has been crossed, hackers. This is war. We'll talk about it next on Toasted Sports.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Whoa! Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Snarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam, ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Okay, men, this is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're going to go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you going to do? You're going to go grocery shopping, cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You got to dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. No, you won't. Because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. Now go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Welcome to OnSideRadio.com. Broadcasting from South Florida to the world. No station in South Florida provides more live and local sports talk. This is like rock and roll with no music. Follow us on social media at OnSide Radio.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night. Perfect. I love my job. Oak Tree?
What's up?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think he would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Miami Lakes location at 15462 Northwest 77th Court, located in the Ryan Oaks Plaza. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available, from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
OnSideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your On-Side Radio E-Report with Kai Chen Chisholm.
If you're a Sentinels fan, boy, do I have some great news for you. Tens, also known as Tyson Ngo, has signed an official deal with Sentinels after Sentinels bought out his contract from Cloud9. Sentinels went on to make an official statement on Twitter saying, quote, he's here to stay. Tyson, also just known more so by Tens, really wanted to make sure that he stayed on Sentinels roster after being there on loan from Cloud9, and Cloud9 CEO Jack Etienne stated that it was important to Tyson to play in the recent Masters, which Sentinels won, and that he, quote, wanted the best for him and thought it was the best way to get the job done. A reported 7-figure deal, Tyson, best Valorant player in the world, is there to stay for Sentinels.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the On-Side Radio E-Report. The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of On-Side Radio ownership, management, sponsors, website, or Inner Miami Marketing, LLC. Welcome to Toasted Sports.
What day is it today?
It's Wednesday.
Is it? Actually, it's Wednesday.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Hump day.
What do you call it?
Hump day.
Because.
But halfway there.
Where?
Till the weekend.
The weekend.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Till then, let's get back to work. Let's get back to work. Let's go.
Oh, goody, we're on.
It's showtime.
Here's Toast.
Hour number 2, Toasted Sports, streaming live on OnSideRadio.com. Props to everybody hanging out in the chat right now. You can take part in that by logging into Twitch or YouTube. Got James out there, Magix, Tony, Hebrew Hammer, Honest Bob, whole crew in the chat having fun. Thank you guys for the support. Appreciate it more than you could ever understand. So, Sean, we had some issues, I guess about a month ago when that pipeline got hacked and shut down gas deliveries and all that stuff, and folks are losing their minds.
Yeah, that's when the line started.
Yeah, it's when the line started, exactly. And I don't know, man, at the time that happened, you were kind of like, oh, boy, is this the start of something? Like hackers going to start just hacking just gigantic corporations trying to get ransom and all this stuff. And we assumed it would. Didn't know how close to home it would hit, but now we're getting an idea. Bro, hackers went ahead and hacked the largest producer of beef on the planet, this JBS company. They own slaughterhouses all over the globe. And they shut down. They got hacked. They got shut down. And as a result, like 1/5 of our beef supply has now been called into question, and prices are going to go up.
Bitches. Now it's
listen. Yeah. Now listen, it was one thing. You want to go, like, I don't need so much gas. I work from home. I'll ride my bike. I can, well, I'm not going to ride my bike, but I mean, I don't leave the house often. So I don't need a lot of gas. I need my red meat. I love red meat. I love steak. I love burgers. I love meatballs. Like I can't just be living on chicken. When I need protein, I need the red stuff also. I can't be just a chicken and fish guy. I need beef. You're messing with my beef. Hackers, Russian hackers. This is war, bro. Oh, this can't be a thing. We got to, I don't know what these corporations got to do, but they got to, improve your firewalls. I don't know. Get Norton Anti. I don't know what the hell you got to do, bro. But this can't be happening because this is just going to keep on happening. And if y'all keep paying the ransom, it's going to happen more and more. So y'all got to hire new IT people. I don't know what you got to do, but you cannot be impacting the amount of beef that comes onto my plate and whether or not I'm going to pay more for it now. Hell no. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Worst part about it is I'm going to pay more for the red meat.
Yeah. I will too, because you got to have red meat. Red meat is good. But yeah, I don't want to be paying more for it. It's already expensive enough as it is. Oh, that was disturbing yesterday. Because now, if they can hack the gas in the pipeline and they can hack the beef, what's next? What's next? I mean, they're going to hack the banks. I mean, just seriously, everything is wired. They can hack anything they want now and shut it down.
But like you said, you think these companies would have an idea of, hey, let's up our security a little bit or whatever they got.
Well, you know what it is? I think these companies think that they've invested in their cyber infrastructure, but the reality is that that's a constant thing because the technology to hack and crack these systems is ever evolving. And so if you're not constantly evolving with it, then you're going to become susceptible. And I think that's what a lot of these big corporations, just on the bottom line, hey, we're investing this much in cybersecurity, but they're not investing in, groundbreaking evolution of their cybersecurity. I think they get a little lazy. And then these guys hack, and then all of a sudden, boom. Like, it can never stop. You got to be upgrading that stuff all the time because, bro, you can't allow these hackers to just shut down the world. I mean, come on. And if you do, you got to be able to send a strike team in there and take their asses out.
This has upset me this morning. No.
Yes. No, I'm
flustered.
This is beef. This is New York strips. This is porterhouses. Rare. Oh, yeah. Yes. Basting those bad boys in butter after you're cooking them in an iron skillet. Oh, little rosemary in there. Oh, come on now. That's what we're talking about. I need that. I can't live without red meat, bro. Could not do it. Sorry, vegans. I know none of you listening anymore. Which is odd because I'm big with the vegan crowd. Always have been. Speaking of food, did you see, Sean? I tweeted this out also from the IB Toast account. What the Oakland A's are serving their minor league players for their meals. When you're playing baseball in most sports in the minor leagues, they get it catered, and you have food in the clubhouse or whatnot. Well, some young members of the A's organization tweeted out pictures of the food that they were getting, and bro, it is like Fire Festival food.
Yeah, they're not even saving just on Moneyball.
Like there is a sandwich that looks to be 2 pieces of white bread, a slice of yellow American cheese, a tomato slice, and a slice of lettuce. There's no meat on this thing. And then what looks to be maybe a coleslaw on the side.
Yeah, I think that's what that is over there on the top. Yeah.
And then there's a like a fajita or a little taco that has what looks to be a piece of yellow and red pepper, and then maybe we'll see a little sauteed onion, and two very small chunks of chicken.
Yeah,
just the most pathetic meal you've ever seen. The A's caught wind of this and saw it, and they immediately fired the third-party vendor that was, getting the food for all these minor leaguers. Yeah, I tweeted out that it looked like they had hired Ja Rule to feed the kids. It's just so Fire Festival, bro. Like, how do you? Oh my God, that's just awful. It's just awful.
It's amazing to me that, and then
oh my God.
I was looking at some of the comments that were made on and it's just like people are like, why are the A's complaining?
Oh yeah,
they're and I get it that there's people starving, but man, these guys are traveling on buses. They're getting their meals given to them, and they open it up and it's a cheese sandwich with tomatoes.
Oh, it's just awful. It's just awful. Just awful. And then you got some people that were on there like, hey, these are $1 million athletes. No, these are minor leaguers, bro. Yeah, they make no money. Yeah. They make like $1.25 an hour. They make nothing. Nothing. You should Google how much minor league baseball players make. You got like 1% that had big signing bonuses because they were high draft picks. Everyone else makes dirt. Literal dirt.
Bryce Harper and guys like that here.
Exactly.
Guys struggling.
Like, dude, these guys count on those little meals, man. They count on those meals to friggin' survive. But yeah, it was just bad. So bad.
Or maybe their nutrition department thought that would help with boosting their energy.
Listen, the A's are cost cutting. They got to save that money. It's Moneyball sandwiches right there. Ooh. I guess that's what it is. All right, we got to talk a little bit about what went down. I know that the Heat are out of the NBA playoffs, and that sucks. But the NBA playoffs go on. And there was some fun last night because LeBron's down 3-2. And here's the best part is that not only is LeBron down 3-2, but he basically quit on his team last night. He walked off the court with 5 minutes to go, went to the locker room, then came back, didn't play any defense. Like he checked out of that game. Now, granted, it was a 30-point loss or whatever, so it's not like it was in doubt late in the fourth quarter. But you got to wonder, dude, he's coming up with excuses right now. Like right now, there are excuses formulating in his brain for how he's going to spin and explain this when he gets knocked out by his boy Chris Paul in Phoenix. And I am looking forward to this. I'm guessing it's going to be, he already came out and said whoever did the play-in game should be fired. He's definitely going to talk about the fact that he had no offseason, much like the Heat, and how yada, 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 whatever. So I am looking forward to the Lakers losing just so that I can hear the excuses. Also, I guess he doesn't believe that he's going to see Anthony back anytime soon. There was a couple of funny moments. First, Charles Barkley last night talking about Anthony Davis. I think this was during halftime of the Lakers game.
They can't win this series without street clothes.
I'm not even... You want to explain that?
I call him Anthony Street Clothes Davis because he's always in street clothes.
Oh, bro, that is savage and it is true and it is excellent. And how pissed is Anthony Davis hearing that today? Oh, God. But it's true, bro. He's hurt all the time. He's always hurt. He's a phenomenal basketball player. But what's that old adage that Jimmy Johnson had when he would walk through the Dolphins training room? Like, if you're not good enough, if you're not healthy enough to be on the field, then what the hell's the point of having you there? I don't care how talented you are. If you're not on the court all the time, there you go. But yeah, so now calling him street clothes was phenomenal. That was absolutely phenomenal. I got more audio.
But my mindset.
This is LeBron after the game last night.
But my mindset for me is, as if AD won't be in the game in Game 6, and if something changes, then we go from there. But I'm preparing as if he's not.
So Game 6 will be in LA, and then I guess Game 7 will be back in Phoenix. But Phoenix just needs to take one of these two, and man, that would be just what the NBA was hoping for. You'd have both teams that were in the finals last year eliminated in the first round. Spectacular! You can't make this crap up.
And 3 out of the final teams, right?
Right. Yeah.
First round.
And you've got last night while the Lakers, that was one of the stories. The big story last night had to be Dame Lillard. Man, I wish he played on a team in the East Coast so we could watch him more. it's brutal. Him always playing at 10 o'clock at night. In Portland, those games are never on. They're rarely on national TV. You just feel like we're missing one of the best in his entire career. Kind of like when Clyde Drexler was up there. It's just, but what he did last night got some highlights. He did the first player in NBA history to drop 50 points. Was it 10 boards and 10 3-pointers? First player to ever do that in a game. First player ever. Insane.
Telling him to get out of his way. Lillard on a three. And he hits. Oh my goodness. Damian Lillard, the late game assassin. Here he comes again. Lillard. Steps back, fires. Takes it in again.
It was insane. NBA players are tweeting out that they were in awe of what they were watching live as it was happening last night. At one point in that game, Dame misses a shot, and you see Austin Rivers clasp his hands together, saying, like, thank God. Thank you, Lord, for having him miss a shot. It was insane, Sean. There are few things you've ever seen on a basketball court that were as cool as what was happening. One of them, it harkened back to me, Mamba's last game. When he just went nuts, when he went crazy. But that was a show. That was a Steph Curry worthy show that Dame Lillard put on last night. And again, it just makes you just wish that he was on just a team that got more airtime, because bro, he's one of the best, and we just rarely get to see him. But that was, look, he puts up those numbers and they still lost. Yeah. They still lost double overtime. I mean, so. It's rough. It's rough, bro. But what he did last night, that was spectacular. Spectacular. James Roman, availability is an ability. There you go. 100%. 100%. All right, we got to take a break. They have come out with Jake Paul's next opponent. Going to be happening in August, and yeah, I got to talk about it. It's call coming up next. This is Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com.
You're listening to Toasted Sports. Take OnSideRadio.com, your home for sports talk everywhere with simple radio. Find the app at OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk. On July 16th, another bare-knuckle battle goes down as BYB Extreme showcases another fight card at Hard Rock Hollywood. BYB 6 returns as John Michael. Jomi Escoboza prepares for another bare-knuckle battle in the Trigon, the smallest and most confrontational ring in combat sports. The engineer by day stands at 6'3", 185 pounds, and is born in the Dominican Republic. He fights out of Coconut Creek with an undefeated mark of 7-0. On July 16th, Jomi faces Luis Melo Jr. in a final round of the 185-pound tournament. This exciting fight ends with the winner facing the victor between Rene Whiteboy Rodriguez and Matt Delanoit. Don't miss BYB 6 live at Hard Rock Hollywood, July 16th. Watch it on stonefaces.tv. BYB is proudly sponsored by BMCHam.com. BMCHam.com, your choice for gold and silver. When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
Hey, it's Toast. And when I got PGT custom windows and doors installed at my house last year from B&T Windows and Doors, I knew that I was protecting my house when it came to hurricanes. But I was also investing in my house. My value went up. My home insurance cost went down. Yeah, I can now get more for my house when I sell it because I had PGT custom windows and doors installed courtesy of my buddies at B&T Windows and Doors. Just another reason why you should upgrade your house today. Give them a call, 954-233-0126. That's 954-233-0126, B&T Windows and Doors.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than the roof above the people you love. At Onside Radio, we recommend Chase Roofing and Contracting. At chaseroofing.com, they care about the customer. Chase Roofing provides reliable roof installation and repair without the destruction to our environment. Chase Roofing is powered by Tamara, who is owner and operated for 18 years. chaseroofing.com is Google top rated and a AAA standing with the Better Business Bureau. Open 24/7. Call them today. Trust chaseroofing.com to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast.
Toast Sports. Coming back at you, streaming live on OnSideRadio.com, on YouTube, on Twitch. Thanks to everybody that is in the chat this morning. Hope you're all having a good one. All right, so we know that this weekend we got the Logan Paul Mayweather fight going down on. I don't understand Sunday why night. This fight's happening on Sunday night at midnight. I still can't. Did they realize it was a Sunday night when they booked this? It's so bizarre to me that did they think it was a holiday on Monday? I don't understand. This is bizarre. Anyways,
well, he said all the big events happen on Sundays, and Mayweather is a big event.
Okay, yeah. Generally, the biggest fights happen Saturday night at midnight.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know what these. This ain't the Super Bowl. Okay, yeah, you're not. Yeah, stop.
Super Bowls on Sunday nights. All the big events.
My Lord.
Mayweather's that.
All right, so here's what we got. Whether you like them or not, the Paul brothers, or as I like to call them, the Kardashians of sports entertainment, are now going to own the boxing scene. And listen, the reason why they're able to is because boxing's dead. And boxing has been mismanaged for the better part of 20 years, and it was corrupt and it was dead, and MMA just took over, and boxing is a shell of what it used to be. Outside of what you have going on with Tyson Fury and Wilder and that whole heavyweight division, boxing is just, in terms of moving the needle for the average sports fan, it's just not happening. I mean, the average sports fan is just not going to be following the middleweights and the lightweights and all that stuff. There's some phenomenal boxers out there right now, but those aren't the weight divisions that move the needle. It's the heavyweight division. It just is. Or insane rivalries in the lower division, like, Hagler Hearns and stuff like that. And you just don't have them right now. So because of that, there's a void, certainly from a U.S. boxing standpoint. And say what you will about the Paul brothers, but they have decided to step into that void, and they're going to make a ton of money doing so. So when you look at the Paul brothers, and I doing some reading and talking to Steve Kim and some other folks, it seems like Jake Paul, in their mind, is the more legitimate, I'm not going to say boxer, but more legitimate potential to be a boxer. Okay, Logan is obviously the one that's going to be going up against Mayweather on Sunday night at midnight at Hard Rock. That's also the fight where the undercard is going to be Chad Ochocinco, be making his debut. Just we'll see how that whole thing goes. I'll read about it Monday morning. I'm sure as hell not going to spend $60-$70 watching that trash. But I do have a thing for boxing. And so Jake Paul is now a part of Showtime Boxing. He signed a deal with them. And so this first fight under Showtime banner is going to be against 5-time UFC champion Tyron Woodley, which is fine. He just fought Ben Askren, a washed-up MMA guy, and handled him rather easily. Here's my issue. Okay, if they want to do this, that's fine, bro. Fill that void of boxing, make a ton of cash. Go, you guys be you. Do your thing, blow up your brand even more than it is. That's fine. There's a void there that you can fill. Go ahead and fill it. But at some point in time, and I think this is kind of what has tweaked some people is that up until now, what was the promotion that was doing these fights? The TikTok competitor, Triller, whatever the hell it is. They were doing these fights as kind of, just a joke, I guess, sort of a deal. But then you got Showtime stepping up now. Showtime, HBO, this is where traditionally where real boxing matches have happened. And at some point, Jake Paul is going to have to get in the ring with a boxer. I understand that Tyron Woodley is a step up from Ben Askren and is actually a guy that in the past was a pretty decent striker. But at some point in time, if you guys really want to be taken seriously in this, you've got to get in the ring with someone that's boxed. It could be someone that has retired for a few years or whatever and hasn't, but you've got to go up against a boxer at some point in time. Like for Jake Paul, this has got to be the last time you face a non-boxer. Like you boxing someone that wasn't a boxer is getting old. And I don't know, like, how many people are going to buy this thing? Like, at some point, if you want to be a boxer and you think you're a real boxer, you've got to, call me crazy, fight a boxer. Someone that has trained in boxing and not wrestling. You're fighting wrestlers right now. Congrats. You beat them. But it's because you're doing a sport that they haven't done before. At some point, you got to fight a boxer, bro. So hopefully the Tyron Woodley fight happening on my birthday, by the way, August 28th. Hopefully that is the last time that Jake Paul. Now, listen, if he can't beat Tyron Woodley, then that pretty much ends the entire thing. Because if you now can't beat a MMA guy that most folks say is a few years past his prime and has been on a bit of a down slope the last couple of years, then you sure as hell can't beat an actual boxer. I mean, like, what's the end game here? Do one of these guys, does Jake at some point want to be ranked? Does he want to be a contender that gets to get in the ring against a tight, like, is he he's a heavyweight, right? The Paul brothers, Sean?
I think Logan is. Jake, I think, is down in the 185 range, I think it is.
And what's the heavyweight? The heavyweight's what, like 200 or?
I believe it's 225. If it's around the
225.
Same
Okay.
UFC, I believe it's around.
Okay. But I mean, and is he looking to, be a light heavyweight or whatever the hell that weight class is, a champion? Does he want to hold a belt? Is that what or is this all just for show to drop checks?
Yeah, I think it's just checks. That's what the UFC.
Well, so here's my thing then. Then here's my thing. If this is all just about checks and just being, doing these, then why is Showtime involved? Like, Showtime Boxing is actually a legitimate, reputable boxing promotion. So then, if this is all just jokes, if he has zero, when they signed him, didn't they have a conversation? All right, what do we view as the trajectory of this year? Obviously, it's for X amount of fights. We're going to start with Tyron Woodley, a former MMA guy. Like, what's the plan here? Because at some point in time, you got to fight a boxer.
Right? Huh? It's eyes on the product. His whatever Triller or whatever you want to call it was getting more buys than anything I believe Showtime.
Well, and I get that, but how long does that continue if the fights aren't legit? You know what I'm saying? Like how many times are 1 million people going to pay $70 to watch you fight somebody that doesn't fight that same style? You know what I mean? If you want to be a boxer and you say you want to be a boxer, you've got to fight a boxer. And not only because part of me deep down wants to see both these guys get their asses knocked to the canvas. But just
what people are paying for, honestly.
I think that's what most people are paying for, 100%. Listen, if I were to buy this Jake Paul Tyron Woodley fight end of August, I am buying it with the hope that Jake Paul gets laid out. 100%. 100%. And until he proves to me that he's taking this seriously and wants to actually be a boxer. And listen, I'll root for him as a boxer if he's actually any good. But right now, this is all just this is a sham. It's all for show. It's all just cash checks, which is fun. As I said, there's a void there. Use your brand, make all the friggin' money. But I'm not taking you seriously until you show me that you can get it, that you have the balls. How about this? Have the balls to get into the ring against a boxer. Enough with the wrestlers. Enough with the washed up MMA people. Like, that served a purpose, but at some point in time, bro, you have to actually fight a boxer. Listen, I think what we all want to have happen is have Jake and Logan do well enough that at some point in time, they get in the ring together. And we get to see the Paul brothers beat each other to a living pulp. That I would pay money to see. If both those guys leave bloodied and just destroyed, that'd be phenomenal.
I want one of them to fight Tyson.
Never happened. Neither one of them has the balls to get into. They will not get into the ring with anyone that held a belt as a professional boxer, whether that person is 40 or 50 years old. I guarantee you, you will never see right now either one of them. They're not getting in there against friggin' Evander, no matter how much money's on the line. Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, any of those guys. They are not getting into the ring with anyone that at any time wore a belt. No way. Because they'd get destroyed. They would get destroyed. Look, dude, there's an art to boxing, man. And if you were really good at boxing, what is they call it? What is it? They call it the special science or something like that.
The sweet science, sir.
The sweet science. There you go. There you go. The sweet science. And it's true. But yeah, there's a reason why neither one of these guys have been in the ring against a boxer. I mean, listen, I will give Logan credit for having the balls to get in against Mayweather. But Mayweather sure as hell ain't someone known for knocking people's heads off.
Yeah, he's not going to knock out.
All right. And Logan's significantly bigger, has bigger reach. So chances are, even if Floyd connected, probably not going to knock Logan out just because Floyd's never been a knockout guy. But I'll be honest, I'll be shocked if Logan can land more than 10 punches on Floyd. Because I don't think Floyd, I think Floyd dances around better than anybody. His game was to pepper you and not his defense. I understand that he is like 52 or whatever, 50, whatever it is now. He's still in great shape. I will be shocked if Logan can get any decent shots on him.
And Logan missed weight, by the way, as well.
Of course he did.
Agreed upon weight.
Of course he did. What was he? How much did he miss it by?
I can't remember. I have to look up exactly. But yeah, actually, it's going to cost him some money too.
Of course. Of course. Listen. Yeah. So, but listen, as we said, from everything I've heard, if you're going to focus on these two guys doing this, Jake's the one that seems to, according to experts in the arena, has more legitimacy as a boxer than Logan. But we'll see. We'll see. But at some point, as I said, Jake, bro, you've got to fight an actual boxer. It's going to be key for you in developing this whole thing.
The thing is, Jake is beating people that's fought. No,
exactly. Listen, and I'll give him credit. Listen, dude, getting in the ring with Tyron Woodley, that takes some balls. Absolutely. Dude, Tyron Woodley was a legitimate MMA fighter and champ. But he has been, from everything I've read, I'm not a huge MMA guy, it has been a rather steep decline, I guess would be what I've kind of taken from some of the articles I've read about how his career's gone the last couple of years. But listen, yeah, I give him credit for getting in the ring with them, but I'll give you a hell of a lot more credit if you get in the ring with a boxer or a former boxer, someone that's actually done it before professionally. Then we can talk. I want to see how you do against that person. We'll take a break. Sean has to go ahead and do an update, and then when we get back, it will be time for the confessional with Monsignor Toast.
You're listening to Toasted Sports. Take OnSideRadio.com, your home for sports talk everywhere with the Radio.net app. Find the app at OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill, and there's 7 amazing locations. Check out the Bird Road location at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in the back corner of the West Bird Shopping Center. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available, from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends. If you missed NBA insider Ira Winderman and the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report, you missed this.
Andre Iguodala is sort of like that, the old Cadbury Easter egg. It only shows up, rarely, like once a year. Andre shows up in the fourth quarter. I almost have to check the bench early to see if Andre's at the game yet in the first quarter or the second quarter. He's done a really good job with measuring the time for guys. Eric Spoelstra knows. He's been through enough deep playoff runs to know.
The Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report with NBA insider Ira Winderman, exclusively at OnsideRadio.com.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnsideRadio.com sports update.
Starting with the Marlins, they lose 5-1 last night to the Buffalo Toronto Blue Jays. The teams are back at it tonight. 7:07 first pitch. Pablo Lopez on the mound for the Fish. The Brooklyn Nets, they finished off the Celtics 4-1 with a 123-109 victory last night. Denver took a 3-2 series lead, after a 147-140 double overtime win over the Portland Trailblazers. Damian Lillard went for 55 in the loss. Phoenix Suns, one game away from sending the bubble fraud defending champion LA Lakers home in the first round after a 115-85 blowout in Game 5. Tonight, 3 opportunities to close out series as the 76ers look to eliminate the Wizards. The Hawks look to put the Knicks away, and the Jazz look to dance into the second round in their series with the Grizzlies. And then at 10 o'clock, the tip-off, Clippers and the Mavericks, their series tied at 2. You're listening to the only locally owned South Florida sports talk station. You're listening to OnsideRadio.com.
Welcome back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast. We've all sinned. This is where we get our absolution. Welcome to the Confessional. Here's Monsignor Toast.
Good morning, my children. Blasphemy has a segment. It is called the Confessional, and I've even got a. You like the wardrobe, Sean? You like the wardrobe I got going today?
I'm liking it.
I actually got the priest collar thing going on. Hold on. I freaking love it.
Just solidifies your
I know, it really does. It really does. It's tough putting it on when I am looking the opposite direction. There you go. All right. Anyways, we will start off with the Confessional. I am Monsignor Toast. What happens is every single week, various people will go ahead and text in, send me emails about the way they have sinned, and we will go ahead and talk about it. Number 1, I once overheard a woman in a supermarket asking her boyfriend/husband how they got the wooden ball inside the avocado. I started laughing at this, and he tried to move her along, so I just followed them around the store with a big grin on my face. It's fun running into stupid people, huh, Sean? Reminds me of that that time that Jessica Simpson thought the chicken of the sea was actually chickens that live under the sea.
Yes.
Mhm.
Great TV, I tell you.
Next up, I've never done any drugs or smoked, and I only really drank a lot in my 20s. I'm 41 now and look loads younger than all of my mates. I don't regret a single thing, as I have won the long game. I'm going to go ahead and tell you haven't. I appreciate the fact that you're not going to need Botox and that you look younger than all of your buddies, but they have experienced things you have not. There are things you can do in your 20s that you cannot do in your 40s, and that if you don't do them in your 20s, you're never going to do them. So,
living life.
I'm just saying, bro, we don't know how much time we got here. Your goal is to experience as much things as possible during your time here. At least that's my attitude on it. And I think you have you pissed away a good decade where a lot of fun is had. Your 20s, you sir.
Your toast.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, listen, I get where you're coming from, but I have to respectfully disagree. Next up, I travel a lot for work and stay in hotels. When I check in, I always accidentally make sure the staff see a few fake passports and hear me on the phone talking in code to pretend I'm an international spy. By the way, I sell kitchen units. Now, hold on a second. Where the hell are you getting fake passports? You order those online? And you're like, is there like a little shop where you can buy fake passports to like, dude, you're really into this.
You can make
really
them.
into this. Yeah, make them. I used to make fake IDs back when I was in high school.
There you go. You're only a step away from passports.
I guess I am. Back then it was easy to make fake IDs. Now, not so much. All right. Next one. One of my neighbors pops around every 3 months or so to tell me he's going on holiday and to give me a key in case of emergency. He collects it 2 weeks later and gives me a bottle of wine as thanks for watching his house. I have no idea who he is or where he lives. That is spectacular. That is awesome. I hope it's a good bottle of wine you're getting every time you friggin' do that. Damn. Imagine if they said, "Hey, can you did you water the plants and feed the cat?" Oh shoot. Next one up. To lighten the mood, I tapped my mom on the shoulder with my dead uncle's prosthetic hand when we were clearing out his house. Almost killed her. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I would. Yeah, 100%. I can see that being an issue. Yeah, why would you do that to your sainted mother? All right, next up. So that's kind of like a Chubbs thing, right? From Happy Gilmore?
Yes, it is 100%.
Yeah, there you go. A little Chubbs action. I love
Gotta love
Chubbs.
Chubbs. Oh.
Gotta love Chubbs, bro. Chubbs is the
He's
best.
the greatest, man.
How did Chubbs never get his own movie spinoff? You know what I'm saying?
He got eaten by the alligator, right? Didn't he die? No, he got ran over.
Yeah, that's right. He got ran over. That's right. He got ran over. That's right. I forgot. Yeah. That's a miss, man. That would have been a little spinoff they could have made work. All right, next up.
Instead of what is it, Morgan Freeman that does God? He could have been
There
God.
you
in
go.
that Stanley.
Absolutely. I'm a night owl. Husband is an early riser. Sometimes I pretend to be asleep in the morning so I can listen to him sing songs about our cat while he showers. He only does it when he thinks I'm asleep. It's adorable. It's also a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird.
that your wife?
What sort of song do you sing about a cat? Are there cat songs?
What songs do you sing, Toast?
Really? The only song I sing is is there like a good, like, I was trying to think of a good song from the Green Mile for Frank, because he's going to the chair, baby. He's going, that son of a bitch attacks every morning. Dude, you're killing my hand this morning. He knows my hand is under the pillow when I'm sleeping, and at about 5:15 he decides it's playtime, and he will dive under the pillow with his claws out to try to attack my hand. And bro, he can draw blood. And when you wake up to that at 5:15 in the morning, yeah, but you can't declaw a cat anymore because it's cruel and unusual punishment. So now for the next 15 years, I get stabbed every morning.
You put tape around the claws?
Around the what? No, you can't. You can't what? No, you can't put tape. You tape their claws. What are you doing? No. I have PETA protesting in front of my front door. Jesus.
Your neighbors.
Oh my God. All right, next one. I like to say, quote, excuse the mess to visitors, despite my house being absolutely spotless, especially to people who I know live in dirtier homes. Well, see, so you're a Miss Judgy McJudgerson. That's not, no. You're just being rude. That is, I would stop going to your house. I would stop going to your house. And I'll be honest, I am always suspect of anytime I go to a friend's house and it's crazy ass clean. Because then I'm thinking, what are you hiding? Like, there's no way you, bro, live in a house that is this clean all the time. So that means you cleaned it before I came over. What are you hiding? Right? Like, are you hiding a crazy porn habit? Are you hiding a body? Are you hiding like one of those tri bar scales because you're a weed dealer? Like, what are you hiding? Because there ain't no way you're this clean 24/7, bro. Yeah, it caused me to be suspect, Sean. I don't trust it.
I agree with you, but I am one of those people that clean right before people come over.
Oh well, I got you, but not like. Listen, I'll pick up a couple of things.
Yeah,
but I'm not vacuuming before you come over.
Yeah,
I'm not, washing the sink or whatever. Like, I'll put dishes in the dishwasher. I'll throw the comforter on top of the bed, although you're really never going to see my bedroom. Here's my rule. You're coming over to the house, I can pretty much guarantee you're staying on the first floor. Zero reason for you to go upstairs. Zero. There's a bathroom downstairs. No reason for you to go upstairs. Zero. None. I don't want you upstairs. Upstairs is my private domain, my lair. Downstairs, I'm prepared to have visitors show up there. Upstairs, hells no. Hells no. All right, last one. Being a modern man, I got into dating apps. Always starts with flirting and then sexting. The girls are always really impressed with my goods and always comment on the size. Really. When we finally get to meet in person, they see my tiny childlike hands. Then the realization kicks in. Is that real? Is your penis size directly attributable to how big your hands are? Do we know this for a fact, Sean?
It's science, right? Isn't that?
I was always told it is from your thumb to your index finger, right? But I don't know if that's been scientifically proven.
Yeah, I don't know what the science is behind it.
Yeah, I don't know, and I'm certainly not going to run that experiment. We'll need someone else to go ahead and run that and just publicize it and publish it in a medical journal, and we'll all know. But I certainly don't. No, that's not. Hey, Larry Fresh is in the chat. Yeah, baby. Mm. Bob's in the chat right now. Bob, you're coming to stay with me in a few months, and you will have to stay downstairs. You will not be allowed to go upstairs. Just how it is. That is how it is. You are going to be here for a few days, and I'll put up a gate. I'm going to put up a gate, and you are not allowed to go upstairs and report back on what I got going on up here.
You're going to have alarms on the gate as soon as it opens?
No, absolutely. And I got a killer cat, too. I got a killer cat that'll draw blood and chew your face off.
And you got a dog that has balls.
I got a dog that has balls, even though she's a girl. All right, we got to take a break. So, Sean, you know that I've been giving our buddy Kai, who comes in after me, a hard time over his love for Wawa and how I've said, listen, I just don't do gas station food. Call me crazy. And he insists to me, Sean, that it's not a gas station. Well, we'll see how he feels about this because I got science now telling me that it is. I'm going to talk to Kai Chisholm coming up next. This is Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com.
You can join Toasted Sports by text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Hey, it's Toast, and no doubt last year hurricane season was one of the craziest we've ever seen. Well, Noah's saying once again, going to be another active season. So you need to call B&T Windows and Doors today and get PGT custom windows and doors installed like I did so that you are fully protected. Listen, there's no better peace of mind than PGT custom windows and doors when you're the cone of death for a Category 5 storm. Call B&T Windows and Doors today to get set up. 954-233-0126. That's 954-233-0126.
Every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., listen to Red Card Radio with Austin Robillard, brought to you by Stout Bar and Grill in Oakland Park. With over 40 TVs, Stout is a home for soccer around the world. Stout Bar features Clonakilty Whiskies, the world's best Irish whiskey.
When you want local sports, 1260 WLESPN.
We're live and local.
Yes, what she said.
Well, it's what they wrote.
Look at it this way, honey.
Oh, no. Here we go.
At some point, this was all live, and wherever it came from, it was local there.
You get that look whenever you stretch the truth or when you need your laxative.
Ain't it awful? South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com. BYB Extreme Fighting presents BYB 6, Friday, July 16th at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood. 10 bare-knuckle brawls in BYB's patented triangle ring, the Trigon. The smallest and most confrontational ring in combat sports. Set for Ney, Hialeah Champ Rodriguez against Mad MF Delanois, Christine Knuckles Stanley, and many more bare-knuckle brawlers. Dada 5000. Commentators Mike Goldie Goldberg and Paulie Malignaggi. Friday, July 16th at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. BYB 6.
If you're looking for a change from the everyday restaurant, then you need to get to Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach. Brats, Wiener Schnitzel, homemade potato pancakes, pretzels with mustard, and lots of German beer. Take their famous Boot Tour Challenge, and there's now outdoor seating available in their new beer garden with live music. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Checkers Old Munchin Restaurant or call them for reservations or pickup at 954-785-7565. So get over to 2209 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach to Zagat-rated Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast.
Final segment, Toasted Sports on this Wednesday morning. Father Toast right here with you. I don't know, Sean. Maybe I should be doing the Father Toast character all the time, like for every single show. You know what I'm saying? Just be holy
I
and
do
just
enjoy Father Toast.
I mean, Father Toast is a good person. He is a good person. Before we get to Kai, very quickly, Roundtable. We do it every day here at OnSideRadio.com. Wednesday's Roundtable question, which will be available to download as its own independent podcast with all of us answering. With $9 million under the cap, the Dolphins still have some flexibility to add another free agent. Which player do you feel is needed the most for the 2021 season? And we have options. Free safety Malik Hooker, defensive end Olivier Vernon, running back Duke Johnson, defensive end outside linebacker Melvin Ingram, offensive lineman Morgan Moses, or the Dolphins don't need to add anyone until an injury takes place. Listen, man, you're going to throw me a couple canes on here. You know, I think you know where I'm going to go. Honestly, I love Duke, but I think we're okay at running back right now. I would say Olivier Vernon, only because that is a position of weakness right now. Granted, I know we just spent a high draft pick on Jalen Phillips, another Kane, but there's a little bit of a question mark there. And I think having someone like Olivier Vernon come in, kind of have him round out the career, bookmark it, started with the Dolphins, finish things up with the Dolphins, and be that mentor for someone like Jalen Phillips, a fellow Cane as well. I think that could be really good, as well as Melvin Ingram. So that position, I would say, bring either one of those two guys in. I would lean towards Olivier just because he's from down here. He has a history down here. I don't know. I like the storybooks that fill out good, and that would be a good kind of a storybook ending for one of my favorite Canes. So, yeah, bring in another defensive end. I think we should be good at the offensive line. Listen, Malik Hooker is a nice thought, but you drafted one in the second. I think you're okay there. I'd like to think that I'm going to Olivier Vernon, man. I'm going defensive end, either him or Melvin Ingram. So that is my thought on today's roundtable question of the day. Kai, are you there?
I am indeed.
Hey, man. So I tagged you in the tweet.
You did. I'm surprised.
Yeah, so I mean,
I've been going to sleep a little bit later, and then I got a tag tweet at 12:30 in the morning.
Yes.
I
was up a little late last night. Yeah. So the reason why is because I saw the website eater.com. They also have a
incorrect
Twitter
statement.
account. There's a great account and website. But they said America loves gas station snacks. Here are some of the finest by the region, and Wawa's on the list. Their sub, the Wawa Hoagie, listed as one of the best gas station snacks.
First of all, it most definitely is one of the best snacks that you can get now. It is not a gas station, I would like to say. I do not believe that Wawa is solely a gas station. I think it definitely is a gas station, but it's not solely a gas station. That's always been my argument. My biggest argument has been that it's not that I agree with you that Wawa is most definitely a gas station. However, I don't think that it is only a gas station. Like, I don't think this is a conversation I had with Sean, and I know Sean said that the 7-Eleven stuff's not that bad.
Yeah,
but like I
That's
personally,
trash.
like, would I get something from 7-Eleven? No shot. But Wawa, like, I'm seeing them physically make the food in front of me. It's like a little bit different in my personal opinion.
I understand.
Like, I don't know
and
where
listen,
the 7-Eleven stuff.
you're not the only person I know that has made this argument with me. And part of it is just, listen, the reality is that over our lifetime, gas station food, for the most part, 99% of the time, gets a very bad rap. That it's trash. And
I think
so
it's
when
just
you
like
have
7-Eleven, like if you go to somewhere, like if
Well,
you go
no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
has like a actual cafe in it, like one of those like Spanish cafes, then you know you're getting some good food.
Listen,
I think that's a thing.
If I'm down on 8th Street and I go to a Chevron that has got some mojo pork going in the background, I am all about that. All about that. But that is different than like a chain, convenience store or whatever the hell it is you want to call Wawa. So I just think it's funny because I've heard plenty of people rave about the Wawa Hoagie. They say it's damn good. And it's funny to me because it's still, to me, you're buying it at a gas station. And to me, there's always going to be, Daddy taught me, you just don't do that. You don't buy cold cuts at a gas station. So I just like
you have
needling
to try
you. That's
it.
all. Or not. I don't
it
have
is
to try
good.
anything.
It is good.
You
I
can't,
promise
no
you.
peer pressure. You can't. That is so, man, that's just not cool, man. Peer pressuring? Wow.
You're trying
Wow.
to put
That's,
people
that's messed up, Kai. That's messed up. In 2021, peer
Andre,
pressuring someone to go to buy gas station food, like you're going to gas station shame me now?
2021, there's so many weird
Oh my
things
God.
going on. Okay, let's
What you got coming up today, Kai? What do you have coming up today?
Okay, well, for one, I'm going to be talking about in-depth, whatever it is. I'm going to be talking about. So there's this game, right, that I was playing for quite some time on my cellular device about this time last year during the pandemic and everything like that. We're still in the midst of a pandemic, but you get what I mean. Yeah, it's called Retro Bowl, and I found it yesterday after adjusting my settings for my cellular data. And I remembered that I still had it on my cellular device, and I am once again hooked. So I will be talking about that and some other stuff. It's a Royal Wednesday, so we'll talk about the Royal. It'll be
I
fun.
love the fact that you keep using the term cellular.
Yeah.
You don't hear that often.
Well,
My
there's
cellular
a lot of things
device.
that I say very weird. Like, people call like their mom and dad, like mom or dad or anything like that. It's like I call it's like father and mother. I don't know. It's
You
just
call
kinda-
your parents father and mother?
Yeah.
That's creepy as hell. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's
My-
weird.
my-
Hello,
it's
mother.
my father.
Hello, father. Yeah, that's just weird, bro. That's weird.
That's just how like it's just like it's
Let me ask you a question. Does your father call your mom mother? Hello, mother.
They're divorced, so
Oh, but when they were together, because that's even creepier. Older couple that call each other father and mother is it means that they're serial killers, basically.
No, they what's it called? My father's name is Sataro. My mother's name is Karen, so they just call each other by.
All right. Sean either wants to do something dirty with my nether regions, or we have to take a break right now. I'm not sure what that hand motion
11 hot
was,
dogs.
but yeah. Oh yeah, breaking a hot dog. There you go. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Kai's coming up next. Have an awesome Wednesday. Back at it tomorrow morning, beginning at 8 a.m. on OnSideRadio.com. Peace.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi